Halloween has many creepy origins, from pumpkin lanterns to the wearing of ghostly and ghoulish costumes, as well as trick-or-treating. Here are the creepy and not so creepy origins of Halloween. Halloween goes back to the traditions of the ancient Celtic people of Britain and other parts of Europe over 2,000 years ago, who would have a celebration on the day called Samhain, on what they believed was the end of the summer and beginning of the winter season. They believed that the world of the dead would merge with that of the living, in which the otherworldly spirits of the dead would come back to Earth to cause earthly havoc. They also believed that druids, or other Celtic priests, could be more assisted by otherworldly spirits in making predictions for the future. This would eventually, after integration with the Roman celebration of the Day of the Dead, and later Christian civilization, with the Catholic Church's celebration of All Saints' Day in 835 CE, also called Hallowmass or All Hallows' Day, would become celebrated the night before, and known as All Hallows' Eve. Whilst ghoulish costumes could be related to the dead coming back to the world of the living, many of the costumes were also used, such as animal heads, to ward off these evil spirits. Trick-or-treating, originating in pagan Britain, came from food and drink being offered to participants wearing ghost-like or animal costumes to appease the evil spirits. This eventually led to changes over the centuries after Christianity was introduced. Within the last couple of 100 years, another origin was that the poor would visit rich households and soul cakes were provided, in exchange for praying for dead members of the household. In Ireland and Scotland, young people would perform a song or a trick for wealthier houses, and in exchange were given a treat. One of the other major traditions, such as the pumpkin lantern, also had interesting and creepy origins. Earlier versions of this can be seen in Ireland, where turnips were used. However, the original origin, as some sources claim, is far more sinister. As Roman soldiers who conquered Britain in the 1st century would witness, upon coming across a wooded grove, many of the Britons had left skulls out which were lit as lanterns. The skulls used were often from human sacrifices made by the Celtic tribes, for the good of the tribe, to be offered to the gods and other world. The effect this had on the Romans was that they saw the Britons as barbarians and subsequently conquered them. Whilst it is not clear if the pumpkin lanterns specifically relate to this, what is clear is the early pagan societies celebrating Halloween did conduct human sacrifices, torture, and even practice cannibalism. Over the centuries, after being first integrated into Roman and then later Catholic customs, All Hallows' Eve would remain a cultural festival until modern times. Whilst the early costumes at this time could be seen as creepy and terrifying, by the late 19th century attempts were made to change this, and make it less superstitious, and the result of the changes after the first half of the 20th century is what we have today. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to be updated with new videos.